What's going on, everybody? Devore G Money and Quinte. This is the Not for the Bay podcast. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and all other major streaming platforms. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and on our Facebook pages. Pack show as usual. We only produce nothing but bangers. Um, Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick. Tom Brady's return to Foxborough tomorrow afternoon. Uh, it's going to be epic. I believe that is the Sunday night game, which is going to be our watch party game. So
Right.
be sure to tune into that. It's going to be an open panel, so you guys get an opportunity to come through uh, whenever. So again, look forward to that. Also, going to be discussing Jon Jones, his recent actions, and last but not least, we have again Ben Simmons on on the topic list another week in a row. But what's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Nice, good Saturday. Productive Saturday.
Did anybody happen to check out the Venom movie yet?
No, I heard it was so though.
Nah, I have a 4-year-old. We go to the zoo around here.
I am gonna watch it though. According to our man over there, Banks,
Now
he
you
said
can't
it
listen
was
to Banks. Banks is a harsh critic.
Yeah, he's a harsh critic.
Unless it's somebody he likes. Other than that, no.
But he said it was 6 out of 10. But at the same time, I gotta watch it for myself.
Yeah.
Banks already when we had the discussion about the Mortal Kombat movie, Banks was like, it was trash. It was
That movie
horrible.
was good, man.
I
That
was
movie was good. It wasn't
I was
trash at all.
optimistic. I was optimistic about the movie. I'm like, okay, they tried it. They tried it one way in the past. They're gonna try it a different way this time. And I believe since they did like kind of like a prequel of before the tournament,
Yeah.
Right. It
like
was an origin. It was an origin
Yeah.
movie. The people don't understand that it was an origin.
right. So my mindset was we're gonna go out and we're gonna make the tournament movie better than what we just gonna go off of what the critics said in this movie, and we're gonna go out and make the tournament movie the next movie. That's what I took away
The
from
next movie is gonna be that movie gonna be fire. I predicted that it's gonna be good. The first one wasn't bad. It was what it was was supposed to be, which was an origin
Yeah.
prequel to the tournament. So
Right. Now, my only issue with that Mortal Kombat movie was the Liu Kang actor. They got to do better than that. I can't. My boyhood Mortal Kombat idol
But
was
you gotta
was
understand,
Liu
he
Kang.
was how can I put this? He
he
was a
wasn't the star of the
philosopher.
movie.
He was a philosopher type. He was a lot of take Bruce. He was Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee had a lot of layers to him,
Yeah.
and he had a lot of layers to him. He can't just come out there and be ah.
See,
Be the
that
best.
I'm not talking about like as far as his skill and his talent
But
in the
he's the
movie.
best fighter technically.
Yeah, I understand that
Yeah,
part,
he
but
is. Yeah.
the actor is my problem.
Not to
You
me.
like the actor?
I think they did a good job, man.
I think
Unless you want to do, unless you wanted the guy who played Snake Eyes to play,
that, that's a good pick. But I was
You
gonna
could have
say,
picked him.
is it where he wasn't mentioned a lot, like he wasn't in the story a lot? Because technically that story was mainly about Scorpion, the guy
Yeah.
who eventually became
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
it's
have
gonna
no
go back
problem
and
with him
forth.
being a main character though. Like I'm pretty sure Liu Kang will have his time. He's always
Right.
been the main character in all the Mortal Kombat movies or video games.
Most
Yeah.
of
But
them, right?
I felt like you could have spent a little bit more money on finding a little bit more relatable Liu Kang as far as appearance.
You
Nah,
know what?
they got to do it like they got to get other actors a chance because you can't go
Yeah.
back to the '90s to get the same people.
Oh, I ain't saying you
Yeah.
go back and get him. He like what 70 years old right
These
now.
people old enough to be our dad grandpas.
Right. Right. I'm
I just
pretty
want
sure
to
we'll see a
say,
couple of them in later on during the series, I'm sure.
I just want to say, I don't know if you guys actually watched this show. Maybe I'm the only one, but I actually grew up and still watch The Sopranos over and over and over again.
Oh man, I
And
can't
I,
relate. I can't relate to shows like that, man.
but I watched the movie that came out, the prequel, and it was okay, but it wasn't all that. Like it wasn't like the show. The show is amazing. I always said The Sopranos and The Wire are 1A and 1B greatest shows of all time. So, but the movie was kind of Yeah, it was so.
I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to come off as a bad person.
I've never got into The
I
Sopranos,
can't.
but you're talking
Yeah.
about the movie with John Bernthal in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Many Saints of Newark. Yeah, it's a prequel
Okay.
to The Sopranos. Yeah.
I gotta check that out because I watch all John Bernthal movies. He representing the DC area, so I gotta I gotta look out for my guy.
Yeah.
But outside of that, for real, I was gonna say, damn, I wasn't gonna say. Let's just go ahead and just hop into the topics. First things first, Jon Jones. Last weekend, he had ended up getting inducted into the Hall of Fame for his fight versus Alexander Gustafsson. That fight was September 23rd, 2013. Um, that fight ended up going 5 rounds. It's going to get down to an unanimous decision. So soon after that, he ended up getting involved in a domestic dispute with his wife. Ended up, I ain't gonna get into the gory details, but she ended up having a bloody face. Now, I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with Jon Jones, but he has quite a track record of violence, drug abuse, violating substance abuse policies for the UFC, and arguably, actually, you know what? I don't even think it's arguably. I really think he is the greatest MMA fighter of all time. Only getting one loss, which was due to a disqualification, which was kind of technically a technicality. I believe the term used for the elbow that he used was 12-6, and that was back in 2009 versus Matt Hamill. Outside of that, Jon Jones has never taken a loss in the UFC. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys have the floor on your thoughts about.
Let me say something real quick about Jon Jones. I feel like he got a raw deal because he should have been fighting the top fighters all the time, not people running away from him. Dana White doing him dirty. Cause I'm gonna say this to you, bro. It's a lot of stuff in the beginning with the substance abuse and all that. That was Dana White doing that crap. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but that's my opinion. Because Dana White is, I don't care nobody say he doesn't like that kind of fighter. He want his kind of fighter to be the best. Because his favorite fighter is Conor McGregor, and he sucks. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you because a lot of the allegations that came out with him taking the steroids the first time, that was that was kind of controversial too as well. So
After that point, it just started going downhill out of nowhere. It's just my opinion. Something ain't right. I know he had a rough childhood and all that stuff, but
but he got the two brothers that seem fine though. That's
yeah,
my issue.
but they didn't grow up with. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your point.
It just to me, just something ain't right, bro. It's just my opinion. They're doing something to that man. They're just my spidey sense tingling. That's what I see.
You're not gonna speak on the his domestic violence thing.
That's a whole nother thing. But sometimes I'm gonna say this to you, bro. I've been in situations. I remember when first time I saw. I remember I was at a club. White girl dancing on a black dude all night, kissing and groping all night. After the club, they went in the alley. They had sex in the alley. Then know what the white girl did? She ran out of the alley and said she got raped. That's why. And I seen some females, they do hit themselves and say you hit them. Or they provoke you so much that you react and you hit them. That's what people don't. I understand it's wrong to hit a woman. I know it's wrong. I'm not condoning put hands on a woman. But some people don't understand certain things. Because I always taught that if a woman is provoking you like that, you need to leave her alone. Need to leave, because that's not the woman for you. But some dudes don't know how to they enjoy that. they think that's fun. No, it's not fun. If a woman provoking you to hit them, she has a mental issue. She need to go to a shrink. She needs to go speak to somebody. That's what I'm not condoning it, but I'm just something. It's just something that ain't right. This is my personal opinion, but you guys can go ahead.
Oh,
Well, go ahead, Devor.
no, I was going to say, I know you had a question. I was going to go ahead and let you ask your question.
What was my question? What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought you did have a question.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man. I keep picking.
I was just going to say what his two brothers. Well, the main one in particular is Chandler.
Yeah,
his success in the NFL. I'm trying to figure out why he hasn't reached out to him, or possibly Arthur reached out to him and try to get him right on the right path. You know.
Well, we don't know if they have. They maybe have, but behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those situations where it's like you had so much potential, like what Michael Vick was, and I know you alluded to Shaq last week too as well, how great Shaq could have been, but Jon Jones, personally, one of my favorite fighters to ever watch outside of him is probably Conor McGregor.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Anderson Silva is better than Conor McGregor, but
yes.
Go ahead.
I didn't. Okay.
Conor McGregor, he sucks. He's an energy
fighter.
I mean,
but hey, if you like him, that's cool. I'm just saying,
that's what you like. He's an energy.
I don't like Conor for his fighting. I like Conor for his charismatic attitude.
I don't give a fuck about that, man. I want to see you fight. I don't care.
He was must-see TV.
He was.
I will sit down and watch a Conor McGregor presser.
He's Ron Strickland of the UFC. Ron Strickland, the energy man, come off the bench. That's what he was.
How many UFC press conferences have you watched?
I don't watch it for the fight, bro.
But the ones that I watch with Conor McGregor is entertaining.
Yeah, there you go. You don't watch press conferences without Conor McGregor.
He's like, it's not entertaining. It's arrogance. It's not entertaining.
He's actually not a bad guy. He's a little arrogant, but he's not a bad guy. He's okay.
But I don't like his fighting style. I'm just being honest.
Okay, so just to go back on the Jon Jones thing, as far as the history of the drug test, every time he failed the drug test, it's like they always try to test him because he was too great.
Before the fight.
Right before the fight. It was very unfair. And Dana White has a lot of suspect things about him. He's a lot of ways about him that
I don't care
a little bit. Yeah, he comes off as a little prejudiced, a little ignorant sometimes. As far as the domestic violence situation, listen, I'm gonna get personal here. Not too personal, but I've been in a relationship where my partner was a little, not there in the head and would do things to try to entice me. And I would get so angry that I had the feeling to want to hit her, but I never hit her. I never put my hands on her, just walked away. It's hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's hard.
You see what I'm talking about, right?
I see, yes, it's hard because it's like, yo, just shut up. And you just want to but you have to you have to have self-control because at the end of the day, you're not going to win, especially if it's not going to win. So it's just better to walk away, but not every man has that control.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm not justifying hitting women. I just could understand the anger of why a man wants to hit a woman. You get what I'm saying? Because women cannot be, or sometimes can be easy, and sometimes they do evil things to men and make them. You know how women affect us. They affect us so much.
All the butts.
But you have to be strong-willed to just walk away.
You gotta walk away. Trust me.
Especially if that's your wife or the mother of your children. Like, you can't put your hands on it. Just walk away. But again, we don't know the whole situation, so I can't speak on too much of it. I just know where he's coming from, the urge to want to do it, but you have to just not do it. You have to try your best to just walk away. And again, just like Quinte said, if you were a woman and she gets you to a point where you want to hit her, you shouldn't be with her no more. You should let her go.
You should let her go, bro.
But that's my take.
Trust me. I'm telling you. I'm speaking from experience, bro. You got to walk away. Mm-hmm. It's not worth it.
So 26-1 is Jon Jones's UFC record. Now, I guess my next question is: do you guys think that he is done fighting in the UFC?
How old is he?
He's
Gotta
probably like
be
32,
yeah,
33.
33.
That's it.
Yeah. He
I
have a
think he
good.
still go.
Wait,
He,
Tay?
Well, I think
he's
he
not
can
gonna
still
get a
go.
chance to do it. I'm gonna
Right.
say this, bro. He should have been fighting the best fighters every fight. I'm gonna say this. Remember when Mike Tyson was in his prime? Nobody wanted to fight Mike Tyson
Until he got older.
until he got older and got out of prison. Everybody wanted to fight him after that.
Yeah.
You noticed that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just okay. I respect Mayweather, but Mayweather waits till you are a little done, and then he want to fight you.
You know, one of the only boxers that fought other boxers in their prime was Ali. He fought everybody. Ali fought everybody. No matter what time, he fought everybody. Even when he got older, he fought Holmes, and Holmes beat
They
whooped his
both
ass. But still,
they both mess each other up, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is, he fought everybody. That's the type of champion that I like to go against anybody. You at your best, me at my best. Let's get it.
That's what I like. And like, okay, just like when Mike Tyson would fight, Mike Tyson just fought whoever wanted to fight him. It don't matter.
That's true.
I'm gonna say this.
I mean, he did beat Buster Douglas though.
But he was high on coke that fight, man. Buster Douglas got lucky. But I'm gonna say this. I was watching old fights when he was 17. He was beating the shit out of a grown man at 17, hitting him body shots, knocking him out. Just think about it. If Customato stayed alive for 10 years, he could have been the greatest fighter to ever live, bro. Think about it. If Customato never died, Mike Tyson would have been the best fighter to ever live. He would have probably never lost a fight. Think about it, bro. If he kept that training down for that 10 years, because he was like 22, 23 years old when Customato died.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite fight. Mike Tyson and Ali, that's my favorite fighters, bro. That's my favorite fighters.
What about Lennox Lewis?
I like Lennox Lewis. Because people say I look like him when I had my dreads when I was in shape. Make fun of me.
He beat Mike Tyson too, but Mike Tyson was already old by that time. Yeah.
No, he beat Mike Tyson because he got reach, and he knows how to stay away.
Yeah.
Because the thing with Mike Tyson, he think of Mike Tyson's 5'9", 5'8", and everybody he fought was bigger than him. If Mike Tyson get under you, if he hit them ribs a couple times, you try to hide.
Get inside. He get inside.
He bust them ribs up. Bam, bam, bam. He hit it with that 2-3, bam, bam, bam. Next thing you know, that hook coming, bam, you knocked
out. Short, stocky, and strong.
Yeah, that hook coming, bam. You 1-2, bam, bam, bam. That's all you're gonna do. You're gonna hit them ribs, bam, bam. bait you up with that right hand, hit you with that left, bam. And he had power in both hands. Not
as
most fighters can say that.
That's true. As far as Jon Jones, I think physically he can still, fight, but will they let him after all this? Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, but one of the fighters I wanted to see fight, I wish he started fighting earlier, was Kimbo Slice. I was at some of those fights in the backyard fights. That man got hands, bro. He had. If he got into it when he was younger, he could have been real good, bro. He was picking.
He started late. He was like 34, 35 when he started. Yeah.
He was picking it up, but it just he waited too late, and that to me that was one of another fighter I liked too. Him, Bones Jones, like all around fighters.
Him and Dada. I don't know if you know these dudes down south, but yeah.
So
I don't know if you got the bare knuckle stuff up there in DC area.
Not that I heard of.
Oh, but we go backstage, I'll let you know. So I ain't gonna say it on air.
So anybody that you currently rooting for?
Not really, because to me, the heavyweight boxing is trash. I like Wilder, but Wilder is a wild man. He has no he's not a boxer. He's not a technician. He's not a boxer.
He's a brawler. He's a brawler.
Yes, he's a brawler. He's a Joe Frazier, but Joe Frazier had tact. That's a little different. But Joe Frazier was a brawler.
Yeah, he was. Joe Frazier was a brawler in the power. Well, no, he was a brawler. Yeah. George Foreman was a powerhouse. He would just
he
was Mike Tyson before Mike Tyson. Yes. And then Ali was the technician and the fast and the defense. Ali kind of remind me of Mayweather, the way he fights sometimes, but
it's strategic the way he fights.
It's strategic. Yeah, that's pretty good. You had one technician in Ali. You had the brawler and what's his name, Frazier, and then you had the powerhouse in George Foreman. And the three of them, they all fought each other, which was amazing.
Yeah, man. But Mike Tyson beat Foreman though.
Well, yeah, Foreman was already 100 years old. I know.
He promised Ali that I would whoop his ass, and he whooped his ass.
He did.
Well, as far as UFC, who y'all rooting for?
Nobody, because Bones. I stopped watching when they started doing Bones Jones dirty. I'm just being 100 with you.
I mess with Israel Adesanya. I really like.
I don't know. I can't really say. I can't really say, but I don't like how they did my man Bones Jones.
I stopped watching it when Homeboy broke his leg. Anderson Silva. He broke his leg and then came back and got whooped by the same guy again.
Yeah, but he's old. He's like 50 years old, man.
He's like in his 40s.
Yeah.
Nah, Anderson Silva got to be old. He was like one of the first original fighters.
He was nice though. He was
definitely in his 40s.
Damn.
Nice.
But I think Jon Jones was getting ready to make his comeback and try to fight Francis Ngannou.
He would have beat the dog snot out of him.
Francis Ngannou, I think that'd be a good fight.
He would beat the dog snot out of him.
He would have whooped him. But the heavyweight division in UFC is not really known. I mean,
nah. Besides that big African dude.
I mean, Frank. What's his name?
Francis Ngannou.
The big African dude.
The other guy. The what's his name? Rampage.
Rampage been retired, bro.
Yeah, you must be talking about
Daniel
Cormier. Daniel Cormier done too.
Yeah, there's a lot of them boys retired, bro. Yeah, they acting now.
How you think about Brock Lesnar at UFC? I thought he was decent. I thought he was all right.
Man, Brock Lesnar was a sorry football player, a sorry wrestler. Sorry.
You said sorry wrestler. I felt like
he wasn't a sorry wrestler.
I'm just joking, bro. I'm just saying. They could have used to make fun. He had no power. You so big, you weak.
He couldn't get off the line. He played defensive. Yeah, he was sorry.
You need to hear Warren Sapp talk about these people. You need to go on his page and listen to him talk about people. It's too funny.
And
I thought The Rock
is 46, by the way.
46. I thought The Rock was okay at football. He just
The Rock was good.
Warren Sapp, you won him. He had nowhere to get in.
I would say this to you, Warren Sapp. I love Warren Sapp, but Warren Sapp be like, man. Cause the dude said, "Oh, what? Dwayne would have made 10 for you. You serious? Over me?" You know, Warren Sapp got a big person there. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, I remember watching him on the Rich Eisen show. He was trying his absolute best not to curse up on there.
Yeah, he can't help it. He's from the Mockery Florida. He gonna curse. That's a cursing person.
That's his thing. Yeah.
I remember there was a blooper also back when he was on NFL Network, and I'm assuming. Well, I don't even think somebody accidentally left his mic on, and like you could hear him and Darren Sharper talking in the background while they had
Darren Sharper. Oh my God, pretty boy raping all these women, man! I can't believe that.
Oh Lord, oh.
How the pretty boy raping all these women?
You say that. I can't believe you said that.
And the crazy part was he was going to the Hall of Fame. Like he was a legit Darren Sharper.
Oh yeah. But that's sad though, man. I'm like, I remember
how you get all this money? You got to rape a girl. Like that don't make no sense.
I don't. Sometimes I'm gonna say this: if you listen to like if our girl talks, my girl says sometimes you can't believe these women. They be lying.
That's
They do
true.
it just to get money. And the guy got to go to prison. His life is messed up. He got arrested as a pedophile because a woman said he did something and he didn't do it. Just like remember the football player, the dude that looked like the Incredible Hulk a couple years ago. This dude went to prison.
The football player that
Well,
looked
he
like
played
the
for Baylor. He
Incredible
looked
Hulk.
like a damn the Incredible Hulk, dude. He played for Baylor. He played defensive end. He would have been
He
a
never
first
went.
round pick.
Oh, he never made it to the NFL.
Nah, that man had went to prison and everything. And the girl was lying the whole time.
Let me see.
That's messed up. It's messed up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, wasn't it like multiple women though for Darren Sharper that said
There was
that
multiple women, a whole bunch of
Yeah,
them.
but multiple women can also lie too.
Lie.
You never know.
It was. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna say this. I'll tell you in the backstage. I ain't gonna say it right now.
I'll say it. Listen, I love women though. I love women. I respect them. I love them.
Yeah.
But a lot of them can be evil, man, and very
Yes.
vindictive.
Yes.
And just screw up your whole life by just lying. And when you go to court, most of the time, 99% of the time, they're gonna believe what the women say because people want to protect women, and that's just our society. A lot of women be lying, man. I'm telling you.
Yes. It's only a rare chance if you get a judge that's like, lady, you lying. Just like, okay, take when 50 Cent's baby mama went to court and said she want more child support. The judge said, "Oh, really? Yeah, $2,000 a month." And she was getting 10. Now she getting
which
2.
is nothing. Which is nothing with 50 Cent. Yeah. Oh, but the guy's name is Tevin Elliott, a former Baylor linebacker.
Yeah.
Sentence on back in 2014. Yeah.
That's messed up, bro. He went to prison for nothing.
For nothing.
So they actually had the proof that he didn't do anything.
Yes. His mother had to keep going fighting for him. That's messed up. I can say it's a couple basketball players that happened to. And it's always in a place where it's a lot of white girls. And those ones who say it too. I'm not trying to be mean. That's why every time if I see a young dude that plays sports, I say, stay away from them white girls, man. Stay away.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the NFL real quick because again we have the watch party tomorrow evening, 8:20 Eastern time. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New England Patriots. Tom Brady's return to New England is going to be an epic game. But before we even get into it, any last minute thoughts before we jump into this thing?
Nah, I'm good.
I'm talking about like as far as like Tom Brady's return to New England, we want to reminisce about this time in New England. Who is
a Dolphin fan? Why am I going to reminisce about Tom Brady?
Well, I just want to get into it. I'm kind of interested on what kind of defense Phil. I don't know why I said Phil. Bill is going to put out there against the Buccaneers because I don't know if they have a running game. I mean, they can run if they want to, but if I'm Bill, I'm playing against a guy who's in his mid-40s. I'm blitzing almost every single play because I need to get to Tom Brady and I need to put some wood on him and hurt him and just make him, make it hard for him because if that's the blueprint. Like for example, let's go way back in the day, right? When they went 16-0. What did the Giants do? They blitzed the man. They didn't even blitz him. They just had pressure on him. Just pressure. He couldn't get off the ball. He didn't have time, and that's why they struggled. So that's the blueprint when it comes to Tom Brady. Either you can blitz him, or if you get pressure using your front four and don't have to blitz, cool. But put the hat on Tom Brady. Go after him and make him work and make him change their whole game plan. Now, if you're the Buccaneers, you probably know that's coming. So it's going to be maybe a lot of run, heavier on the run, a lot of play action, a lot of, it's crazy to say this, maybe a lot of, short passes, dink and dunks. I don't think you need to sit there, maybe a lot of shotguns. They have to do something because they have to know that the Patriots are going to come for Tom Brady. They really are. Especially they're playing in New England. They're coming for him. It's not like they trying to injure him, but they want to hurt him. They want to hit him. So the Buccaneers got to be prepared for that.
I'm sorry. It's either going to be a blowout or a close game. That's just my opinion. It's either gonna be a blowout or a close game. Cause think Gronk is not gonna play because he got broken, fractured ribs, and then you got AB and you got Brady. AB gonna be prime AB that game. I have a feeling. This is my humble opinion.
So I think Antonio Brown is definitely going to be the X factor in this game, considering the fact that I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick's gonna have J.C. Jackson guarding Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I feel like you're gonna have to force the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat you with Chris Godwin.
Mm.
That's my honest opinion. As far
I
as what
see a
you were
lot of
saying,
man. I see
yeah,
a lot of
definitely.
man. Yeah.
That's what the Patriots do. And watching Tom Brady over the years, um, I do agree with you, G, because them being able to get pressure with just their front four is going to help a lot. Now, going back to that Super Bowl in 2007, if they would have had T.O., they would have won that Super Bowl. But
Oh God, here we go.
yeah, consistent pressure on Tom Brady. Going back to most recently was a couple of games actually, the conference championship against the Denver Broncos back in 2016, I want to say. They Demarcus Ware and Von Miller consistent pressure with the front four, and they was able to drop back what, five guys in coverage to be able to do their thing. So personally, I don't feel like the New England Patriots have the pass rushers to be able to do that, but knowing Bill Belichick, considering the fact that he is the GOAT, greatest coach of all time, specifically, I feel like he has the winning formula against Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's going to struggle this game.
You know what I see? I see a lot of. I'm sorry, Quinton. A lot of man to man with safety help over the top. That means the middle might be wide open for the Buccaneers, if that's the case, because they don't want to get beat over the top with Mike Evans and AB. So they're going to cover over the top.
Godwin too, and Godwin.
Yeah, Godwin. Yeah. So if the Buccaneers have any game plan, focus on the middle of the field. That might be wide open for them. That's that's my opinion.
This is what I feel. They need to let Gianni Bernard start the game. Let Jones spell, and let come in on short yardage. Yeah, because it's like, okay, you got Giovanni. He's a good route runner. He's a good running back out of the backfield catching passes. He's going to benefit. He's going to eat because you got to remember, New England got slow linebackers, big slow linebackers. They got to feast on that. And don't forget, they still got Tyler Bray and Howard, two good tight ends. One tight end that run a 4.4, another tight end probably run a 4.6. That's good speed going across the middle.
So what about the Patriots then? Because we're talking about Buccaneers. What can the Patriots do to win this game on offense? Because you know what they're going to try to do on defense. Their issue to me is offense.
They just can't make no mistakes because you got a rookie quarterback, and that defense is good.
I was going to say the secondary is a little bit suspect, but the front four being able to stop the run, I believe the Buccaneers are first place in rush defense right now.
Yeah.
So
the
ball's in. Yeah, so the ball's in Mac Jones's hand, and I can see a lot of 22 personnel getting Jonnu Smith, even though he's been struggling.
What I told you about the young man. He dropped passes. He dropped passes, don't he? Didn't I? Yeah,
he drops a lot of passes.
All right. I feel like told you about Corey Davis too. He drops passes.
He's gonna bring his lunch money tomorrow. I feel he's gonna bring.
Man, they're gonna take his lunch money.
So who we got winning?
If it's close, I can say New England's gonna win it by 3.
Wow. Okay.
If it's a blowout, I'm sorry, it's a wrap. It might be over by second quarter.
I can see the Buccaneers winning a close game.
Because if they get defensive turnovers and they get the ball in their field it's a wrap, bro. That's just my opinion.
I was going to say turnovers are the issue for Tampa Bay with the running backs. the inconsistency of holding on to the football. So if the New
That's
England
why I say
Patriots can
Greg
get,
Hardy.
yeah, if the New England Patriots can get an early turn takeaway, I feel like they can win the game.
I can't bet against with New England because they disappointed me the last two games. The only thing is if they can get pressure just using their front four or maybe five guys or something and putting coverage back, maybe New England can win. But I just can't see it. Tampa Bay for the win.
Tampa Bay for the win. Hmm. Tom Brady's return back to Foxborough, winning 6 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. Again,
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna remind you again. I strongly believe T.O. was on that team in 2007. They would have won the Super Bowl.
No, because
Nah.
no, because they didn't have Tom Brady didn't have time to throw the ball. I mean, as good as T.O. is, if he can't get the ball, how good is he? No,
What'd you say
it doesn't
again?
matter.
What did you say?
As good as T.O. is, if he can't get the ball, how good is he? Because Tom Brady didn't have time to throw the ball to
Oh,
him.
I'm gonna say this to you.
break it down to him,
I,
Q. Break it down to him,
no, no,
Q.
no, no. I'm gonna agree with G Money. I'm
That's
gonna
only
say,
because the Giants put pressure on
yeah,
Tom Brady. That's
that's
why.
that's
That's the
it's
only reason.
true. It's not about they keep.
It's not about T.O.
Yeah,
or versus Randy
Yes, it
Moss.
not
is.
And,
about.
Yes, it is. And let
and,
me
you,
They
and
explain
you
had
know what? And you know
why.
what's crazy? And you know what's
they
crazy?
had they
Go ahead.
had
Go ahead. Quincy.
4 defensive ends on the field at
Yeah.
one time.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm going to tell you
No, but
why.
listen. I'm gonna tell you something. Even with them getting pressure on Tom Brady, right before the game ended, Tom threw that touchdown to Randy Moss to go up 14-10. And they should have won, but the Patriots defense gave up that last score. So
So I just want to know most of the time during that game, what was Randy Moss running?
a goal line.
9.
All right then. So don't you think you running a 9 route is gonna take a little bit longer than you running a dig
No,
route
that
or a
was
hitch route?
prime Randy Moss. That's 4-3 Moss,
Yeah,
man. I'm
that's
sorry.
4-3 Moss, but that still takes you time to get down the field. It
That,
takes
that's
about
that's
two
that's
seconds
the
for you
Bears,
to.
man. I'm
Devore, if
sorry.
you
That's,
snap the ball
I'm gonna say
in 2
this.
seconds, somebody in your face, who
I
cares who the
understand.
receiver is? Who
Yeah,
cares? It doesn't
Nope,
matter who the receiver is.
nope,
Somebody
nope,
in your
I'm gonna
nope.
face
say
Don't
this.
try to make
after you
excuses
snap the
for it.
ball. It's
Nope,
not a
don't make
receiver. The guy
excuses
got a
I'm
for
gonna
it.
pass
say
rush.
this. I'm
Come
gonna
on,
say.
Nope,
man.
I know
nope.
you like. I know you like To. Most of us. I like all. I like all of them. But my favorite receiver is not none of these people. It's Chris Carter.
Oh my God, the Coke sniffer.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can say
come
what
on,
you want.
man. Come on, man.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to you. All them boys know. I'm gonna say this.
No,
All
they
them boys.
didn't. No, they
Trust
didn't.
me.
No, they
Trust me when I
didn't.
tell
What
you.
didn't?
Hey,
What I
Quincy.
know for a
I'm
fact
telling you,
didn't.
all the boys know that white
No,
girl. They get
no,
high.
no. T.O. did. T.O. did.
Oh,
You
yeah,
say that if you want to.
okay.
T.O. got too many kids to tell him some he don't smoke. He ain't
Hey,
smoke.
hey, everybody got an addiction. He just got addiction to kids.
Yeah, right. He
Hey,
almost went
listen.
broke.
Can we just agree that Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, and Terrell Owens are all great in their own
Yeah.
No,
in
because
their
you
own
the
right?
way you just said it, you said T.O. last. So now I'm upset.
That wasn't
But
in order, bro. I'm just saying.
T.O. I'm
Nope.
gonna say this. This is not. This is what DeVore is not saying about T.O. T.O. drops passes.
I
He
agree.
did drop a lot of passes. Yeah,
He
he did.
drops a lot of passes. He could have
Yes.
had
Unfortunately, yeah.
more touchdowns if he didn't drop them passes.
And
Okay.
he had more
And
Now
Randy
yards too.
Moss didn't drop many passes. He
I
might
hear
have
you.
one drop a season.
I
T.O.
hear
might
you.
have 5. That is
T
the
Quinte,
difference.
Quinte, I hear you. But my argument is with G and Banks is the fact that they're just going off of just pure potential of Randy Moss and not looking at the statistics.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're right. T.O. was the better polished player. But the reason why Randy Moss was more remembered is because of his big plays and he was more
Yeah,
impactful when he
but that's
played. That's
but that's
it.
the truth. That the average fan, they're gonna remember Moss over T.O.
Okay, that's
It-
nice, but we all know who's better.
That was
okay, that's fine.
that's okay. Like
But listen,
the younger generation is gonna say Tom Brady is the best football player to ever play. He's not. He's not. I'm just being 100. He's not.
I don't even know who. I don't even know if you can pick one. Like you could do that in basketball. You can't do that in football too much
You
because
can't. I'm gonna say
it's
you can't. To
it's
me,
11 guys. It's
you
11
can't
guys
do
on
it
the
in
field. You can't
basketball
really
either.
say.
You can't
I
do it in
mean,
basketball. It's errors.
but you
It's the
could do
best in
you
the
could do
errors.
it more in basketball than you could do in
Nah,
football.
not to me. I don't believe in that crap. It's best in the errors. It's not best of all time. You can't do that because
Too many rule
if it's best
changes.
of all time, Bill Russell was the best player to ever play the game.
No, Bill Russell played against six.
No.
six
How many championships he
and
got?
Bro,
He was
played.
a player
He was on a
coach.
great
No,
team. He was
wait.
on a great
He was
team.
a player coach.
He
He
had a
dealt
great
with
team.
more racism, get spit in the face.
Yeah.
He dealt with more stuff.
Yeah.
Getting paid $25 a game. You can't come on now, man. That's 100, man.
Boston's
You can't
like one of the
tell me
most
that,
racist
man.
places
He
ever.
dealt with more shit.
Yeah.
He's the better player. Think about it. If
Okay,
you
we can go off of eras then. We can go off of eras.
Yeah, but Randy Moss and T.O. played in the same era, so.
If you
we
go
know
off
who
eras,
number one
and
is.
a little bit of Jerry Rice, even though he was older when he got.
Nope.
Jerry Rice
T.O.
was like 45 years old, still out there running routes on young people.
running routes was on like what 6 or 7 different teams with T.O.
But he
and
was
Randy
still
in their
doing his
prime.
thing, though, man.
Randy,
Oh yeah, he was.
He was. Yeah.
He's a route.
You know what? One of these days we have to do a top 5 greatest receivers ever. In order.
You got to do it.
To me, it's Jerry Rice. To me, Jerry Rice.
You got to do it. You got to do it like this. You got to go 70s. Start from the 70s.
I ain't watched the
80s.
70s, so mine's only going from
You
the
got to go late. You
2000s
know,
to now.
if you want to go 70s,
you got to go back on YouTube, brother. Look at
you can go back on YouTube. YouTube don't do it justice. I like watching highlights is totally different than you
can say Paul Winfield and Lance Swan in the 70s. 80s, you got Jerry Rice, White Shoes Johnson, whatever his name was.
Willie
90s,
Boyd.
So many to name in the 90s. It's a lot.
It's a lot of the 90s. Chris Carter,
you got Reed from Buffalo Bills. You got Jerry Rice,
Irvin,
Michael Irvin, right?
You got later. You had T.O. You had Randy Moss. You had Chris Carter.
Sterling Sharp.
Sterling Sharp
was he a tight end or receiver?
All of them. If he never got hurt.
Receiver in the 90s.
Yeah, early 90s. Okay. If he never messed up, if Sterling Sharp got drafted now and got hurt like how he got hurt, he still would have been on his his trajectory to be good. But since he got hurt, like the way he got hurt at that time, you mess up a knee back in the day, it's a wrap.
What's the receiver from Denver? There was a receiver in Denver. With John Elway.
Smith.
Not McCaffrey. Rod Smith, yeah.
Rod Smith was pretty good too.
Yeah, Rod Smith was good. It was a lot of good receivers in the 90s, bro. A lot.
But the wide receiver in the 90s was mostly about running game. The wide receivers didn't take off really until the late 90s and the 2000s. That's when it took off.
But them boys was technicians. Yeah. And I want you to go listen to this thing what TD was talking about. What I was saying before in the back room, talking about these young quarterbacks, how they don't know how to read the defense, know how to call the checks and all this stuff. And that is true. That's my whole thing when I talk about these young quarterbacks. To me, it's not that many elite quarterbacks going to come in the league. You might have one, and that's a Herbert. Other than that, after Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Russell Wilson retire, who's going to be the next elite quarterback? It ain't no such thing.
You don't believe in Burrow?
I got to see more. He did a good job. I can't front. But you playing Jacksonville Jaguars. You should have scored more points than that. You should have won. You shouldn't have barely won the game.
Okay, let me go ahead and put this out there because I feel like that's a little flawed. Teams match up because teams match up differently with other teams. You're playing against the best of the best. So
but
with that being said,
they don't have no secondary, DeVore. You have better receivers.
I understand that, but you're without T. Higgins, and you don't have a tight end. You said what?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they didn't have T. Higgins, so you don't have a tight end. So, you gotta think of a G. This is why the Giants of all teams took out the Patriots because they matched up schematically well with the New England Patriots because they was able to bring O.C. Umenyiora, Michael Strahan, Matthias Kiwanuka, Justin Tuck. Now, if you go up against let's say a good, I can't even think of a good team back then. The Dallas Cowboys were a good team, but they didn't have a pass rush like the New York Giants. The Cowboys, they could beat the Giants easy, but the New York Giants matched up so well with it. So when people say a team should have blew them out, I kind of frown upon it because of the fact that it's like it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, a team could lose. The Dolphins could end up pulling out this win somehow tomorrow, which I honestly don't see any way possible.
Who they playing tomorrow?
They're playing the Colts. The Colts barely have anybody playing.
Aren't the Colts 0-3?
Yes.
And the Dolphins can't beat them.
But half the team is hurt, DeVore. That's what you're not realizing. Half the team is hurt.
Well, I took the Colts, money lined them, so.
Oh my God!
Lose your money. You're gonna lose. You're gonna be just like the week one. You're gonna be a man.
I took the Dolphins week 1 on my ticket.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You took Buffalo. What are you talking about?
You did took Buffalo.
No, I took the Dolphins. I even sent y'all the ticket.
Who didn't? I mean, the Patriots. You took the Patriots. I mean,
nope. I took the Dolphins on my ticket. I took the
Dolphins,
but I told y'all when we were sitting down, I'm like, I don't see the Dolphins winning this game.
But you still took them. That don't make. It
makes
sense.
Listen. When I play my tickets, I play the smart ticket. Now, when it comes down to my underdog tickets, I always play all the underdogs on my ticket. So the Dolphins ended up being an underdog on the ticket, and lo and behold, that ticket was the one that hit for the $300. So I had the Dolphins, the Falcons, and I had the Dolphins, the Falcons, and what was the other team I played?
It sounds like it's one of those. Yeah, I'm gonna bet on this team, but I hope the other team wins. So either or, you can come out and win.
It wasn't that. See, here's the thing though. Like, if I wasn't when it comes down to that, when you take the other team, you wasn't gonna make no money. So I had to find a team that I knew that the game was going to be close and had a pretty good chance of winning the game, and that ended up being the Dolphins. Now, personally, and my mindset was I didn't think the Dolphins were going to win the game, but we all know what the score was. We know how close it was, and a lot of us agreed that Mac Jones played a whole lot better than Tua. Yeah. But at the same time, just because I say the team is going to win and I play something completely different on my ticket, that is just strictly due to
that's a business decision right there.
Yes, that is a bit. I guess
so on your ticket, you're going to have the Dolphins winning tomorrow.
No, I don't. I'm going to show it to you right after we get off.
Oh, my God, bro. They 0-3.
I'm going to say this to War. Okay. I'm going to say this to you. 3 of the offensive line are not playing. The best wide receiver is not playing.
The Colts, right?
Yes. The quarterback has 2 messed up ankles. He may not play.
That's just not a smart bet.
You know what's not a smart bet? Taking the Washington football team against the Buffalo Bills last week. That was not a smart bet.
Oh, come on, man.
Let me say this. That was a smart bet. It just, I feel as though Buffalo had. I'm gonna say this: if Buffalo had
blown everybody out.
If Fitzpatrick had played that game, they probably would have won. It is my personal opinion.
He went off a lightning in a bottle with Taylor Heineke was expecting some type of result.
Yeah, but I love him because he keep throwing to Logan Thomas and making my fantasy team keep me winning.
Hey, listen, I'm not betting against Buffalo anymore. They blowing everybody out.
Nah, but if I'm gonna say this, the people need to watch Josh Allen. He is effing up a lot.
That's how it's always been. But people don't seem to notice that.
He's effing up more noticeably now. And people pointing it out.
Now we want to pay attention to stuff like
that.
But
me, I always say I don't believe he's elite. But other people will say that, but I'm not going to say it. He's not. He really doesn't know how to. I'm going to say this. They double team Stephon Gilmore. So he has to throw it to everybody else.
Stephon Diggs?
I'm saying Stephon Diggs. I'm saying Gilmore. Stephon Diggs. They double team him, so he has to throw to other people.
I hear you.
No, trust me. He be overthrowing, missing throws.
Easy throws.
Easy. The hard throw, that's the throw he makes. And it boggles my mind.
Yeah, I remember.
He's weird.
You said it's weird. Last topic of discussion for this evening. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. So Joel Embiid.
Oh my God.
So So Joel Embiid had a press conference this week, and they was discussing the whole Ben Simmons situation. And one of the key quotes was the situation that Joel Embiid said was the situation is disappointing. That Ben
Borderline
Simmons,
disrespectful. Yeah.
yes,
That's
borderline disrespectful, and he named a couple of players after a reporter said, "Do you think this team is built around Ben Simmons?" And he said they have done nothing but build this team around Ben Simmons. And I'm paraphrasing that, but he mentioned Al Horford, he mentioned Jimmy Butler. So, with that being said, do we? I want to get you guys' mindset again of where we at, considering the fact we heard both two sides of the story now. We're still waiting on other players to come out and speak their mind, but we got the main guy to voice his opinion.
Well, let me just say, Joel Embiid, just to say what he said more, bring it up more. He was basically saying that they changed the whole team for him. He was saying that it was a mistake to let Jimmy Butler go, which I've always agreed. If Jimmy Butler would have came back the following year, 2020, the Philadelphia 76ers could have made it to the finals because he was that good for that team. But they gave up Jimmy Butler. They let go Al Horford to build a team around Ben Simmons, which is what he wanted, because when Jimmy was there towards the end of the game, the ball was in Jimmy's hands a lot. And he was like, he wanted the ball to be in his hands in the fourth quarter. And he was saying that what Ben is doing is disrespectful because all they're asking you to do is take a shot. That's it. That's the whole thing. All of this is because you won't shoot the ball. Again, unless something comes out, because like I said last week, unless something comes out which we don't know about, which between Ben Simmons and 76ers, something's going on. This makes him look so bad. He looks like a baby. He looks like an immature child, a spoiled child. They're not asking you to do too much, bro. They're just asking you to work on your shots, work on your free throws. That is what the hell you're supposed to do as a basketball player. What? I don't understand why this man is upset. What are you mad about? What are you mad about? What is the 76ers doing? Them people got a private plane to get your boys and your teammates to come out to where you at to convince you to come back to the team, and you told them no? Like, what is wrong with this dude? I don't understand it. You 6'10", 6'11". You got the potential to be LeBron 2.0, and you mad because they want you to shoot? Like, it makes no... Is your daughter? I hope your daughter's not around. I'm not gonna cuss, but
she's not around. I'm in the room by myself, man. You can let it go.
It makes no fucking sense to me why he's upset. Like, what the hell is he mad about? All they actually do is shoot the ball, bro. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Practice on your shot. Practice on your free throws. That's it. What you asking for? Demanding for a trade. You got everything. They got rid of Jimmy Butler. They got rid of Al Horford. They built a team around you. What the fuck are you mad about? I don't understand that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay, let me add to it. This man has top 10 talent.
Top 5.
Top 10 talent. And he just can't shoot. But you got another person who's in the top 5. No, top 3 technically. He can't shoot. Yeah. But he won a championship. Mm-hmm. So what does that tell you?
Let's compare the teams, because if we're being 100, I feel like
the better team. If you want to keep it 100,
the Bucks or the 76ers.
I'm gonna say this: with the complementary pieces with the 76ers, with the coaching, that team is better.
I mean, that team last year
he messes up the team because he doesn't want to be aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm just being 100 with you. He messes up.
Okay. As far as supporting cast being surrounded by shooters on the outside, I'm going to go ahead and give a slight edge to the Milwaukee Bucks.
No. Because you forget the Sixers had Danny Green and Steph Curry, who can shoot the lights out. Come on now.
And you got what you call light skinned Drake 2.0. What's his name?
Tobias Harris?
Yeah, Tobias Harris.
And they had Dwight Howard, and they had Joel Embiid.
What is Dwight Howard doing?
I'm gonna say this: Embiid. If a healthy Embiid, he's technically better than everybody. If you want to be 100, if Embiid is healthy, he's technically better than all Milwaukee team put together. If you want to be 100, if he's healthy. He's better than
Even
all of them.
even a 90-85% Embiid like he was in the playoffs was still getting
Yes.
24 and 14. Come
Yes,
on, man.
that's what I'm talking
He had a
about.
squad. He tripping up in
Yeah, that's why I feel as though he has a better team, and he can't do diddly squat with it. And then you
But
had Mr. Defense himself on your team, and Jimmy Butler, Mr. Head Case himself, willing all the victories, but you couldn't do it when you needed to do it. Come on now, dude. It's just being 100, man.
I also want to point out something. I don't know if you guys watch Vlad TV, Vlad, DJ
Nah,
Vlad,
I
whatever.
don't mess with Vlad.
I don't, but I like John Sally. John Sally,
Okay.
I love you. Y'all got to watch John Sally. He's very cool. He brought up a point. He said that maybe there's something going on in Philadelphia that we don't know about. Maybe the pressure is too much for him. And maybe Ben Simmons needs a sports psychologist, whatever. And he said if he were to go to Miami or go to the Pelicans, go back to Louisiana, maybe because he went to LSU,
Yeah.
you probably would have seen a happier Ben Simmons. So maybe again, I've always wanted to
Hey,
preference.
remember I told
just
you Miami. Remember I
I
said
hear
that?
you. Maybe it's the environment in Philly that he just doesn't connect with. Maybe that's what it is. So maybe if he goes to a new environment, maybe you might see a more motivated Ben Simmons because that is true in sports and life. If you change your environment, your mindset, the vibe might be different. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it has nothing to do with the 76ers. Maybe he just doesn't want to be in Philly anymore. And if that's the case, cool. But the Sixers are going to hold your contract and not pay you, and you want to sit out, dude.
Well, they got no choice. They're gonna have to pay him anyway. He can sit home every game. Remember, Stephon Marbury was sitting in the stands. We play for the Knicks,
But
making
they
$1
can
million
take it.
a
They can find him. They can keep finding him if he doesn't play.
Yeah.
My thing is go out there and play until they find the trade for you. Like, why would you not play the game that you love? I just don't understand. Like, maybe he just doesn't want to be in Philly anymore, and that's fine. If that's the case, then do what you got to do. I just don't get it. Like, all you have to do is try to shoot. Just try. Just practice on your shooting. That's it. Once you do that, you could be the greatest player of all time, possibly, maybe. I don't know, man. This guy just trips me out.
And Oregon lost and Florida lost. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I believe the three latest teams that were on the radar were the Spurs, the Pacers, and I want to say the Spurs, the Pacers. Okay, we're gonna leave it at two teams right now: the Spurs and the Pacers.
The Spurs, man, that might be nice, even though they don't really have anything. But still, just Ben with that type of. Actually, you know what? I don't know if Ben can handle a coach like that because Pop can get on your ass. He don't care who you are. He gonna yell at you. He gonna
what
get your ass.
happened to Kawhi? Kawhi said, "Nah, I'm gonna say I'm injured."
Yeah, so maybe the Spurs might not be. He need to go to a team where the coaches lax and chill, and he can't come to Miami because Spo gonna go on his ass too.
Yeah, then you got because you got too many dogs on the team. You got too many dogs on the team.
He didn't go to the Pelicans where they have potential to be great. Him and Zion and Brandon Ingram, that'll be a threesome right there.
Now, just to bring back Jimmy Butler into the conversation again, because one of the main reasons he ended up having to leave Minnesota was the fact that he was too hard on the players.
Yeah,
they too soft. Yeah.
And also, I'm starting to think that was the same issue with Markelle Fultz back when he was with Philly, what caused him to get traded out of Philly. So I'm starting to think now he ended up rubbing elbows with Ben Simmons the wrong way too.
Okay, but that's 2 seasons ago. What happened last season? Jimmy wasn't on the team last season. Come on now.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, like,
he was on the team for 1 season, bro.
Right.
They've been there for 5 years already.
Yeah, technically 6.
Maybe that's why he didn't want to come back.
Again, if it's living in Philly, playing for Philly, if he just wants to get out of Philadelphia, get out of that environment, cool. But the way that you're doing it, it just seems like you're being a baby to me.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot wait until that trade runs across the bottom of my screen. Gentlemen, any final thoughts before we end up closing this thing out?
Go ahead, Quentin.
Uh, okay, I just finished reading Rick Ross' latest book.
Mm.
I want you young men to realize you can't jump in the ocean and think you're going to build a seaquarium or whatever. You got to build your empire brick by brick. You got to start small and master the small things first before you step onto something bigger. You got to gradually build yourself up. Just remember that. And always trust yourself, believe in yourself, and love yourself.
Cool. I honestly, football is in the, you know, we're in the middle of football now. It's going to be week 4. It's going to keep getting better. But y'all know I love the NBA. I can't wait till it comes back. It's slowly creeping back. Preseason going to start soon, and then the NBA season is going to start. I can't wait for that. I'm curious to see if the Bucks can. I know everybody's talking about the Lakers and the Nets, and rightfully so. They got the players or whatever. But I want to see if the Bucks can repeat. I'm going to root for them again because that championship last year, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they only won because of injuries." Look, the Suns were not injured.
They won for injuries. I'm sorry.
No. The Suns were not injured. They played the Suns, and the Suns were completely
They
healthy.
was a little injured because Chris Paul was injured.
I don't want to hear that. You playing?
Booker was a little injured.
Booker was not.
I'm being honest with you, man. I'm being 100.
People disrespecting the Bucks, and I want to see them be great.
They're not going to repeat.
I know they might not repeat. I get it. I get they might not repeat.
50 years.
But you never know. You never know what can happen. Maybe Trae Young might have a great year. You never know. Atlanta Hawks, the Miami Heat. You just never know. The NBA is always wide open for the most part.
Golden State Warriors.
Steph and Clay probably past their prime. I think they're still going to be great. I think they're still going to be great, but they're
over 32 years old.
You ain't got to. Hey, they just got to shoot. You act like they got a
4th, 5th, or 6th seed for the Warriors. 4th, 5th, or 6th seed, the middle of the road.
Still can't play no defense. Remember that.
I think, yeah. And then we got the Heat to see what Lowry brings. I still didn't like that trade, but whatever.
I like it because it brings something for Bam. It opens up the offense for Bam.
We'll see, but we'll see.
It takes the ball out of
Jimmy's hands. Yeah.
Jimmy's hands, so he won't be so tired at the end of the game.
So yeah, hopefully my Eagles can bounce back.
Winslow back though, but that's just my opinion.
So shout out to.
No, I'd rather have Justice Winslow besides one of the twins. So they can keep the twins and bring Justice Winslow back.
You talking about Morris? Yeah. Which one we got, Marcus or Marquise?
I don't know which one of them other suckers.
I think we got I think we got Marquise. Yeah, Marquise, the one that played for the Lakers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, shout out to Havoc. Shout out to Banks. Shout out to Brighton, and shout out to what's his name? The one that comes on when we talk the Dolphins. What's his name?
Oh, you talking about Cap?
Cap. Yeah. Shout out to Cap as well. Make sure you look out for us tomorrow on our live show. And that's it. Peace and love.
Yes, just to piggyback off the live show tomorrow, 8:15 Eastern time. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New England Patriots. Tom Brady's return back to New England is going to be lit. Be sure to check out our Facebook page, Instagram page, and also our Twitter page. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Not for the Bay podcast. We up out of here, man.
Peace.